What's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. This is your boy Detroit coming back to you with a second video of a part 4 series. Today we're going to be going over the best recording settings for a high-end PC in OBS. We are going to be going over 1080p and 60 frames per second, and we are going to be also going over recording in 4K if that's what you guys like doing. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, first thing guys, you see here is the general tab. Now obviously for me, I like the dark theme much better than anything else, so I leave mine with dark. There's not too many settings here that are going to be need explaining, so we're gonna skip this. We're gonna skip the stream tab since we already did that in the first video, and we're gonna go directly to the output tab. Now in the output tab, you guys are gonna go into the recording section, and this is where everything gets good. So for the type, I usually leave it as standard here. You guys can do custom if you like. Standard is pretty much what everyone uses. For the recording path, I create my videos under Twitch vids, and I just save them to my desktop, which, as you guys can see here, they stay right into the desktop, and I go in and I drag them and edit them as I please. So standard. For the recording format, I usually love using MP4 because MP4 is the simplest. I feel like everyone uses MP4. Plus, it's really good if you're using MP4 and you're going to be exporting it into Adobe Premiere Pro to be editing it after. It's much simpler that way. For audio track, guys, I select 1, and then for the encoder. So guys, if you guys have an NVIDIA graphics card, you guys are going to be selecting the new encoder. This one is awesome because it's much less taxing on your PC. Kind of like the same thing I explained in the stream settings. With the recording, the NVIDIA new encoder is much better than the original version. If you guys have an AMD graphics card, your AMD graphics card will pop up here. You guys can select that. And if you guys don't have either of those, then you will select the X264. Personally, for recording, I don't recommend X264 because it's much more taxing on your CPU and the computer. So I try to stay away from that. So yeah, that's that. For rate control, now this is just something really important, guys. For rate control, you guys usually, I know everyone's accustomed to CBR, but when you're recording, you definitely want to start using VBR. A lot of people don't know this. I use VBR, especially for 4K videos. You definitely notice the quality. I'm sure a lot of you that use Adobe Premiere Pro, you guys definitely know what I'm talking about. For the bitrate, now this is going to be interesting for 1080p recording, guys. The bitrate, we'll leave it at 40,000. As the regular bitrate, and for the max bitrate, we'll leave it at, you guys can use 60,000 for the max bitrate. This is for 1080p and 60 frames per second. If you guys are recording in 4K, we're going to bump the bitrate up to 65,000 for that, and for the max bitrate, we're going to bump that up to 100,000. Keyframe intervals, I leave that at 0 or 2. And then for preset, make sure you guys use max quality for your preset. Quality is just as good if you guys are nearing the high-end PC build side of things. If you guys do have that high-end PC, which this is obviously what we're talking about in this video, you'll select max quality. Profile, I select high. I always select high on this one. Look ahead, these are 2 new settings that you'll definitely want checked. GPU, I just leave it at 0, and then max B frames, I leave it at 2. So click apply, and you guys will be done there. For audio, go into the sample rate. I use 48 kilohertz for mine. Channels, you guys definitely want to be using stereo. For devices, guys, into your desktop audio, make sure you guys select whichever one is your standard method of choice for where you guys want your audio coming out. For the mic auxiliary audio, you see mine is still the Focus USB right. I use my Scarlett Solo to power my Rode microphone Go. That's what I'm using to record this video. That's that. The rest of the stuff is pretty, yeah, you guys don't have to worry about much of the rest of this. So hit apply, and then we'll go into the video tab. Now for the video tab, your base canvas resolution, obviously I'm recording this video in 4K, so mine's 3840 by 2160. If you guys are recording in 1920, if you guys are recording in 1080p, make sure you guys use 1920 by 1080. Obviously, usually it'll be your native resolution, and it'll be the first one that pops up for you at the top. So output scaled resolution, this is the output that we're going to be recording it in as well and outputting it in. This one we're going to use the same thing, 3840 by 2160 for 4K. For 1080p, you guys, obviously 1920 by 1080p. Downscale filter, I leave it Langso, sharpened scaling, 36 samples. And for common FPS values, I leave it at 60. You guys can drop it to 59.94 as I discussed in the stream settings, but for recording, I like leaving it at 60. Make sure you guys hit apply, and then go over to the hotkeys. Hotkeys, guys, this is all personal preference. You guys can set up your shortcuts this way on your keyboard. Hit apply, and then go into the advanced tab. Now in the advanced tab, make sure you guys always use high for your process priority. If you guys have the beefier side of the computers, if you guys have a much beefier computer, stay at above normal or high. I just leave mine on high. For renderer, I use Direct 3D 11, color format NV12, color space 709, and color range I make sure that it is partial. The rest of the stuff you guys really don't have to worry about. It's pretty straightforward from there, and the check settings are already good to go on most of them. So hit apply there, and yeah guys, that's it for that. As you can see, if we start recording a video here, a second video, you will see that video is recording at the same time I'm recording this other one. So once you guys hit stop recording, go back in there, it'll show that new video we just recorded right here. A video here, a second video, and there it is. You will see that video. So yeah guys, okay YouTube, so I wanted to keep these videos under 5 minutes because I know I see so many videos out there that are way longer than 5 minutes, or 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long, and I'm just thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, a lot of you guys do not want to wait through a 15-minute video just for some simple settings. So my goal was to make these 4 videos in under 5 minutes, so hopefully I made it. I don't know where I'm at right now, but yeah. So guys, if you guys like the video, make sure you guys drop a like down below. If you guys have any questions, please drop them down below. You guys can DM me on Twitter, on Instagram at DetroitFury, on all socials, and I'll make sure to get back to your comments as soon as possible. So yeah guys, in the next video we'll be going over the best recording and streaming settings for a low-end PC. For those of you guys just starting out that don't have a lot of money, I know how it is. That's exactly where I started. So I'll gladly, and I feel like I've got a vast amount of knowledge on this stuff, so I definitely want to help you guys out as much as I can. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.